And this month we talked about recognizing and managing emotions. So when you think about emotions, they're actually an internal response to an external situation. And there's two things to always remember when dealing with emotions: that there are no wrong feelings, maybe only inappropriate reactions. And what you feel emotionally will definitely affect how you feel physically. No one can tell us how we feel. As when you think about when you were a little kid, you were taught being angry is wrong or crying is wrong. So then many of us suppressed our sadness or suppressed our anger. And even though we learned to walk away without creating a scene when we were little, we were still sad or angry. Okay, because we were just taught don't show them. So when you suppress feelings, it can cause you to use a lot of energy, and eventually you're going to get tired, and that's when you can kind of explode. And anger, hurt, fear, tears are all kind of those emotions people try to suppress, and you may react in a way that's not very favorable. You kind of think of it like a pressure cooker, that it just keeps building, 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 and then the little bobble on the top starts shaking and you get a big whistle, and that's kind of what happens when you keep suppressing your emotions. So it's best to learn to release them in little bits. For example, everybody's going to feel something different. If 10 people watch a movie and you ask all 10 people how they felt at the end of the movie, each one of them is going to have a different answer. No one of those 10 people is wrong, but it just goes to show you that how people feel really varies. So just share how you felt. There's nothing wrong with how you felt. So suppressed feelings also can cause a lot of stress, and we know that stress increases pain. We also know that positive feelings like being happy, being overjoyed, being excited are really easy to express, but negative feelings like anger, fear, hurt, sadness, we tend to hide. And the emotions we tend to hide because we don't want to look bad, or we don't want to look weak, or we don't want to feel weak. And again, those would be anger, hurt, fear, depression, intimidation. And we don't really need to control our emotions. We need to express them. We just need to learn to recognize what our emotions are and learn how to express them in a non-pressure cooker kind of way. Because how we feel is really important to our health, especially for those of us in chronic pain, because many of us are people pleasers because we feel, intimidated or less than we were when we were healthy. And we tend to overcompensate and try to please other people because we want to be liked. And that creates a feeling of wanting to be accepted and not separated. And we really shouldn't be feeling that. So think of a situation maybe you experienced in which you came away with very strong feelings but didn't express them. Or maybe you came away after being the pressure cooker that exploded. And kind of go back in your mind and replay the situation and try to think about exactly what happened and maybe what you could do better. And some of those things you can ask yourself are: when did it occur? Who was there? What time of day was it? Did you even want to be there in that situation, or did you feel forced or obligated to be there? When did you first notice your feeling that you either suppressed and walked away or exploded and shared? Did someone do or say something to you that triggered you to feel that way? Did you feel you had any type of a support system with you? How did you deal with the situation? If you suppressed it, why did you suppress it? If you exploded, why did you explode? What would you do differently if you had another chance to replay that situation or to learn from this experience for future experiences? And ask yourself, do you know why you even got upset? Why you got angry, hurt, embarrassed, frightened, confused, happy, sad? And did you learn anything about yourself from this situation? Because all of those things that you go through are going to be helpful for you to recognize your emotions. Because remember, emotions are an internal response to an external situation. And there's no wrong feelings, only inappropriate reactions. And it's inappropriate to not express how you feel just as much as it is to explode like a pressure cooker. So we're trying to find a medium ground where you can say, hey, I didn't think that was funny, that hurt my feelings. If, it bothers you to the point where you feel you should say something. Because if you don't say something or you explode, people are going to keep doing that to watch you explode, or they're doing it because they think it's funny and it's okay, and it's really not okay with you. So take some time to recognize and manage your emotions, and then think about a situation and how you handled it and how you would do it differently next time, and what you learned from how you expressed yourself and how you recognized your emotions would be. So that's all I have for you this week. It's always short and simple because we always go into a discussion in the group. So I hope that just brings some things to the forefront, and we will see you next week. Thanks for watching.